Okay, accidentally shut it off, but I don't know. There is some power anyway. The dog. This is
because they don't actually believe in them. We know
close quarters
politicians are
here,
being
but you got to make
compensated
room
handsomely for siding with
to
evil.
exercise.
How
This is
barbaric is
one
it to
office with one
ethnically cleanse this
computer.
defenseless
This
group
is
of
another
people?
computer
They
down
have
here with
no
all the
military, no weapons.
miscellaneous
They don't
equipment.
even
This is
have the
my
right to vote.
collection
It
of
should be explicitly
local
clear that
political
this is
books
not
and
a
the
war
like,
and that this is a
all the
genocide.
all the
I
Willie
urge you to
Brown's
use
work
your
and
power
stuff
to
like
do the
that,
right
and
thing. The
all
people in
that.
Gaza are running out of
My
time.
religious
Thank you, Tyler
section,
Rose, for your comments.
the continued
Next speaker,
religious
please.
and mystical section. I have a pretty good library. I've probably got 400 or 500 books, but I always buy books wherever I go. Usually for a dime a piece, or find them on the street. Let's see.
As a Black American, I am no stranger to my government turning a blind eye to injustice, and I hope you will not do the same. Just now,
Digging it. Let's see. Now if I can remember where I put it. There we go. Yeah.
I beg you to remember that legality does not equal morality. And I beg you to remember that the United States has a long legacy of violence for profit.
She just said legality does not equal morality. That's a good way to put it.
Please support the ceasefire next Tuesday. Thank you.
Thank you, Brooklyn, for your comments.
Okay.
Next speaker, please.
That's even better position. See, I'm going to do 20 sit-ups and see.
Black man and like the hundreds of other people that have been through here today, I've come to ask you all to support the permanent ceasefire resolution introduced today by Dean Preston. Simply put, the United States government is directly responsible for the heartless slaughter of thousands of Palestinian humans and is using my tax dollars for it, and I won't stand for it. Each and every one of the people we have lost and all of the people enduring this deserve so much better. Their struggle is my struggle, and mine is theirs. The system of oppression desperately wants us to go back to normal life as this killing continues. They want us to believe Palestinian lives are separate from our own, and I refuse. My life and those of the people in Palestine are inextricably linked by the chains of imperialism. I am asking you all to do everything you can do to end this genocide as soon as possible. Voting on this in January is far too late. Stand on the right side of history, and standing by and doing nothing makes you all complicit in this genocide. Supervisors, please join your colleagues, Dean Preston and Hillary Ronan, in supporting.
Thank you, Tyler, for your comments. Much appreciated. Welcome.
Hello, my name is Bryn. I am here tonight to stand with all Palestinians and ask you to support the resolution for a permanent ceasefire. We are witnessing a complete annihilation of the people that the U.S. is supporting. There is no justification for the incessant bombing of schools, hospitals, and homes, and I don't want to see any more videos of children who are begging us to save them. They're just kids. I've heard voices say it doesn't matter if San Francisco calls for a ceasefire, but it does, because it represents the voices of the American people and of U.S. leaders such as yourselves, and there is a lot of power within our collective voice. We are one people on this earth. We cannot lose any more Palestinian lives, and we do not have any more time to sit on this. Please, from human to human, vote for this next Tuesday. Thank you.
Thank you, Bryn, for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Hello, my name is Ronnie Guerrero. I'm a resident of San Francisco's District 5. I want to call on all the supervisors to support this resolution. I want to congratulate Dean Preston for bringing this resolution forward, but even more so, I feel compelled to say shame. The fact that it was taken so much time, death and destruction will forever stain each of you. The blood of thousands and even more displaced with our tax dollars has left a permanent mark on each of your souls, each of our souls. That will never wash off, but the least you can do is make a stand on the side of humanity. But the longer you take, the deeper that blood will stain. Vote next Tuesday. End the siege on Gaza now and end the occupation now.
Thank you, Ronnie, for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Hello, my name is Noah. I live in District 5. Thank you to all of you who are listening today, and for those of you on your phone or chatting amongst yourselves, shame on you. You are educated people. I don't need to tell you that what's happening in Gaza is not a war, it is a genocide. It's been a genocide for 75 years, and the perpetrators have been receiving the undying support of the United States for far too long, and this needs to end now. It's not complicated. You must all know that by now. And if you were unsure before today, I hope that after today, after hearing the powerful voices of thousands of angry, heartbroken, courageous people, your constituents, you've been enlightened. I do have faith that you have the basic humanity to pass this resolution for an immediate ceasefire, because this is really the bare minimum at this point, and well overdue one at that. That said, there is no time to wait until January to pass this resolution. 20,000 dead in 2 months means an average of 330 people are being killed each day in Gaza. Every day you sit here in this ivory tower and play debate on a very obvious issue, another 330 people will die. And this genocide does not take a winter break. I don't know how you expect to enjoy your holiday vacation with this reality in mind. Don't sit on this. Don't wait even till Tuesday. Vote tonight to pass the resolution for an immediate, permanent ceasefire. Long live Palestine.
Thank you, Noah, for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Good evening, board members. My name is Brilliant, and I'm calling on everyone to support the ceasefire resolution introduced and vote for a ceasefire next Tuesday. For 75 years, and due to the U.S., Palestinians have been under Israeli occupation, with countless injustices such as the mass displacement, rape and imprisonment, bombings, mutilation, water and medicine cut off, and with most of the residents being children, whom are also calling the rest of the world to take action. Thank you to our organizers for their support and presence today, and everyone here sharing their voices. I hope it sparks the rest of the Bay Area to do the same. And to all Palestinians, especially journalists who are documenting the genocide to the world while living through it, some who are here today, the atrocities in Gaza committed by Israel is genocide and are horrific human rights violations. We will continue to bear witness and continue to support and keep fighting for not only a permanent ceasefire, but a free Palestine. Thank you.
Thank you, Brent, for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Hello, my name is Dasha Castillo. I am 21 years old and I live in San Francisco District 2. I want to acknowledge the line of over 2,000 people today standing outside this room. I've been here since about 3:30 p.m. and it is now 10 p.m. There has not been a minute in these past 7 hours where I didn't hear people begging for a ceasefire. I ask you all to vote next Tuesday or sooner to support a permanent ceasefire, a permanent end to the genocide of Palestine. Once again, I want to bring attention to the voices inside this room and in the hallway. I want to bring attention to the people who do not have the privilege of time to wait to make a public statement. I want to bring attention to the carers who take care of their children tonight in San Francisco, who don't have the privilege to ask for mercy towards the carers and children on the other side of the world. None of us are free until all of us are free. Free Palestine. Thank you for listening. This kufiyah was made in Palestine. Please respect the hands who made this kufiyah. Good night.
Thank you, Dasha, for your comments. Next speaker, please.
My name is Claire, and I'm a part of the anti-Zionist Jewish community. I have ancestors who have survived the Holocaust, so I'm not foreign to ethnic cleansing and genocide. It is undeniable that Palestine is going through the same thing. After 75 years, it is time to stop the slaughter of Palestinians for good. Fight for Palestinians just as you fight for white lives. The people of San Francisco are demanding to stop the use of our tax dollars to fund this genocide and to call for a permanent ceasefire. If this is a democracy, we will listen to the people and vote next Tuesday, as any delay will result in a higher death toll of Palestinians by the thousands. Will enough be enough when the death toll of Palestinians match the 6 million death toll of the Jews killed in the Holocaust?
Thank you, Claire, for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Good evening. My name is Edie, and I work in District 6 and live in District 9. We live in a world where we have access to more information than ever before. It is not complicated to know what is going on in Palestine. We are now in a day where over 1.7 million Palestinians have been displaced, where over 8,000 children have been murdered, where so many schools, hospitals, refugee camps, mosques, and homes have been bombed without discrimination and are being destroyed intentionally. And this has just happened in less than 3 months. 3 months. And this is not taking into account the rest of the genocide and ethnic cleansing that Israel has been doing, and all that to Palestinians has been Palestinians have been facing by Western powers since 1948 and before. You all here, as representatives of San Francisco, are being presented with an opportunity opportunity to make a choice to support the life and existence of a people, to help stop the genocide of Palestinians. If you approve this resolution, this is a legacy that you are helping to leave in San Francisco to show that we stand on the right side of history. We are watching and more people are becoming politicized and aware.
Thank you, Elise. Next speaker, please.
Proud resident of San Francisco Bay Area. Just a couple of days ago, I saw a news that Israeli occupation force killed Professor Subkan Taye, the president of the Islamic University of Gaza, along with his whole family. His bloodline is gone, like hundreds of other Palestinian families that have been ethnically cleansed. I myself, coming from Bangladesh, that fought their own liberation war in 1971 and faced genocide, I know exactly why this genocidal oppressor target and try to eradicate their victims altogether. It is to eliminate the victim's identity from the face of art. Palestine has been facing this atrocities at its worst possible form for the last 75 years. And I hope you know, during this Bangladeshi liberation war, United States and the Western superpower actually supported the oppressor, not the victims. And we're seeing the same thing getting repeated over and over. Not anymore, not in our name. So please, I'm calling on you to support ceasefire resolution introduced before you and have it completed the voting by next Tuesday. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Next speaker, please.
My name is Peter Carr from District 7. Every single morning, I and every other speaker today wakes up to another harrowing batch of videos of parents and siblings weeping over their feeble, dust-covered bodies of their dead children. Dust from Israel's bombs, gifted to them from our tax dollars, with us shielding them from any consequences. Every day sees another batch of videos of the reality of dead children and families destroyed. Every one of us is tuned into this authentic media. Most of us are intentionally not being shown. Not stories, not debunked lies parroted by Biden and the State Department, but hard evidence. There should be no question on whether or not only to vote for a ceasefire to demand an end to the occupation, but we're being very practical here. We are simply asking for the absolute bare minimum, a ceasefire, to put a stop to the senseless barbaric killing. While you might not take this mass killing seriously, you must understand that we and hundreds of thousands of San Franciscans will never vote for anyone who didn't lift a finger to stop genocide. So vote before you take your precious break, because there is no break for the millions under constant threat of death. Gaza can't wait.
Thank you, Peter, for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Yes, my name is Steve Dickinson. I'm a resident of District 1. I've taught for 25 years at San Francisco State. I've taught for 15 years at California College of the Arts. I want to speak to something that I don't think I've heard. I deal with poets a lot, and I know two poets that have families in Gaza. And weeks ago, I wrote a social media post that between these two poets, one who lives in Gaza and one who lives in Texas and is a medical doctor, they had lost 45 members of their families. And Fadi Judah has spoken remarkably eloquently on media across the U.S. and internationally about the dehumanization of Palestinians that leads to this this treatment internationally. And the Mossad Abu Toha wrote this week that the suffering of Palestinians in Gaza cannot.
Thank you, Steve Dickinson, for your comments. Welcome to the next speaker.
Hi, good evening. I waited hours to speak, so I'll wait till I have all of y'all's attention. I can wait a few more seconds.
You started your clock, sir.
I can wait longer. Thank you. Oh, still not paying attention. I'll wait. Oh, it's not really important to you, right? The shoulder shrug? Wow.
Sir, it's your
So,
turn
anyways,
to tell the board what you're thinking.
you need to be paying attention, because silence is complicity. And I urge every board member to support the resolution as it is written. Reject any amendments made by racists, and send a loud, clear message that San Francisco stands against genocide. I didn't get to introduce myself. My name is Nicholas Montero. I'm from District 9. I'm a union organizer. I've dedicated my life to fighting for the freedom rights of the oppressed. And I urge you all to vote yes. And vote yes today. Gaza can't wait. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicholas Montero, for your comments. Next speaker, welcome.
Hi, my name's Celia, and I live and co-own a small business in the Outer Sunset, District 4. And I'm here in solidarity with Palestinians, with the San Francisco community, and the global majority calling for an immediate and permanent ceasefire and an end to the Zionist occupation of Palestine. Growing up in San Francisco, I have always seen this community fiercely show up for the liberation of Palestine, and today you see that we're here stronger than ever. California is now the fourth largest economy in the world, and our tax dollars are responsible for this ongoing genocide. Further, the masses understand the root causes of this genocide and so many interconnected global struggles such as in Haiti, Congo, Sudan, the Philippines, and much many more here in Turtle Island, such as with the movement to stop Cop City. We all know this violence and extraction is driven by the U.S. war machine and Western imperialism. We will not continue to allow this complicity. We will not turn away, and you will represent us. This resolution must be urgently voted on, passed as written, or with the addition to end the occupation, and it must be passed now, no later than Tuesday, not in a month awaiting more catastrophe. Vote yes now. The world is one.
Thank you for your comments this evening. Next speaker.
Hi, Board of Supervisors. Thank you so much, Supervisor Preston and Ronan, for introducing this resolution. My name is Kimberly, and I live in District 10. I am a former undocumented immigrant from Honduras who had to leave my homeland for a better life here in the U.S., and I am grateful to be residing here in San Francisco, a sanctuary city, a place of refuge for all walks of life. Please show the rest of the world that we stand on the right side of history. We stand with humanity, with our animals, with our nature, and we demand an end to the violence and oppression in Palestine. We urge you all to vote and pass a permanent ceasefire resolution next Tuesday. We needed a ceasefire 59 days ago. Time is running out. Viva Palestina. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kimberly, for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Hello, board. Just want to take some time to commend Supervisor Preston and Ronan for being brave enough and willing to stand on the right side of humanity and on the right side. My name is Steven. I'm a San Francisco native, a product of San Francisco Unified School District Education, an SF City and County employee, and a homeowner in District 10. And most importantly, a guest here on unceded Ohlone land. I'm here today to urge that all supervisors, including mine in District 10, support this resolution and get the resolution expedited and approved as quickly as possible. We cannot continue to support the genocide that Israel is carrying out on the Palestinian people. The media shows us nothing but lies and false narratives, making people believe that Palestinians are in the wrong. We are all here tonight to ensure you that is not the case. We must all stand with Palestine, the children of Palestine, the mothers, the grandmothers, and provide hope and support. This legislation and a ceasefire resolution is the first step in many necessary steps to come to a resolution that is fair and right for the Palestinian people. I'm here tonight in solidarity with the Palestinian people and to urge all supervisors to vote in favor of the ceasefire resolution. I ask you to please listen and consider everything that you heard and were presented.
Thank you, Stephen, for your comments. Welcome to the next speaker.
Hello, my name is Zoe. I live in D5. I'm Jewish and I'm the granddaughter of Holocaust survivors. I'm here today to call on the board to support the ceasefire resolution and vote on this resolution next Tuesday. Since the end of the 7-day pause on December 1st, over 700 Palestinians have been killed. Inside every person is a whole world. That's over 700 worlds taken from us in a matter of days, and that is in addition to the over 20,000 who have been killed since October 7th. There is no pause to genocide. There is only ending it. Every second that we allow this massacre to continue is a disgrace and a crime. Every second that we fund this genocide, entire worlds are lost. The board needs to support a permanent ceasefire and vote next Tuesday. This cannot wait until the new year, and frankly, cannot wait one more second. Thank you.
Thank you, Sally, for your comments. Next speaker, please.
My name is Natalie Tanous, and I'm a resident of District 1. I want to start by saying thank you to Supervisor Preston
I'm calling on each of you to support the ceasefire resolution introduced before you and urge you to vote as soon as tonight. My fellow Palestinians in Gaza are not just numbers and don't deserve to be dehumanized, so I want to put in perspective just how many people have been killed, because I know how these big numbers are difficult to conceptualize, and a lot have been mentioned tonight. So far, not including those still under the rubble, at least 16,000 people have been killed, which could almost fill up Chase Center, which has a maximum capacity of 18,064 people, and at least 8,000 children have been killed, coming close to filling the 8,500 person maximum of Bill Graham Civic Auditorium just across the street. How many more have to be murdered before you support? Voting yes on this resolution is another step closer to ending this genocide, so please make the right choice. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you, Natalie, for your comments. Welcome to the next speaker.
I'm another Jewish San Francisco. I'm here to say no more information is needed to unequivocally detest the violence apartheid Israel is leveraging on occupied Palestine civilians and children. Equating Zionism with Judaism, the way our government is doing from top down, is dangerous. It doesn't represent me, and it scares me how disingenuous it is for Genocide Joe to say that we need to crack down on anti-Semitism on college campuses when most of the people alongside other students resisting are Jewish students. So many Jewish people here today. I'm also queer, not as in gay pride, but as in screw you homonormative gays who are upholding systems of oppression who don't represent us as queer people or as San Franciscans. Raphael Mandelman, you beat children.
Please address your comments to the board as a whole. I've paused your time. I'm going to give you back 5 seconds. But talk to everyone here, please, not just one member.
San Francisco beat children at Dolores Park during a time-honored, beloved tradition of the mission. You could never represent the mission if you beat children and you ignore us and you're smug here tonight. We see you. It shouldn't take the...
Thank you. Thank you for your comments. All right, welcome to the next speaker.
Greetings, Hillary Ronan and board members. My name is Jacob, and I call on you to support unanimously the ceasefire resolution introduced before you. I'm a voter from District 9, a renter from Bernal Heights, built on occupied Ohlone Chukchi village. As an engineer, a federal bureaucrat, I need to know if all of my elected officials stand against our U.S.-funded genocide against Palestinians and will use their platform to do so. The board can't afford to wait. Gaza doesn't get a winter break. Get this vote out now before next Tuesday, and we can all go home and stop protesting day in and day out. Since 1967, over $200 billion in U.S. military aid has been spent in Israel that could have been spent on affordable health care and housing here. Never forget the occupied Ohlone Tush land that we too tread upon, and never forget that we still have time to stop the ethnic cleansing as the Zionist Likud party and many of our own complicit genocidal politicians have threatened to do so. Thank you, and free Palestine from the river to the sea.
Thank you, Jacob, for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Hello, my name is Emily. I live in District 2. This is my first time in City Hall. I am the loving aunt of a beautiful prematurely born baby girl who died a terrible death at the small age of 11 days in the NICU. So I can't stress enough how much we need a ceasefire because on November 11th, U.S. media turned its gaze on 39 NICU babies in peril in Al-Shifa Hospital in North Gaza. Al-Shifa Hospital. Vital electricity was cut off to their equipment. They were besieged by the Israeli army without functional incubators. Medical staff tried to keep the babies warm through skin contact. They were fed formula mixed with polluted water, since safe drinking water had been cut off by Israel. Within a week, 8 babies had died. On November 19th, the remaining 31 babies were evacuated from Al-Shifa Hospital by the Red Crescent and United Nations in a Herculean effort to save them. 28 of the 31 babies were subsequently evacuated into Egypt. Captions from the New York Times feature read the following: loved ones at the hospital prepared to...
Thank you for your comments. Thank you. Next speaker.
Hi, my name is Julian Ball. I'm a resident of District 9, and I'm another Jew against the genocide of Palestinians. I Many of you have seen me here advocating for my clients for affordable housing. I spend a lot of my days going over with my clients how the affordable housing lottery works so they have a chance to get housing. But if I were more honest, I would also have to explain why there's a lottery in the first place. And it's because billions of US dollars go to the war machine, including billions for Israel to destroy the homes of countless Gaza residents. As we speak, 1.87 million of the 2.2 million residents in Gaza have been displaced. You heard that right. That's an unbelievable number that our tax dollars are supporting, and include.
Thank you, Julian. Thank you for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Hi, my name is Mia, and I live in District 5 and work in District 6. I stand before you today with humble plea of peace to vote yes for yes tonight.
Can you please speak directly into that microphone for us?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. And support this resolution. So we're tired of seeing like children killed every day, and I wish you could understand Arabic. There are some children they're asking God to die because they don't have access to food. Please cease the fire now. Please help us support this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Next speaker, please.
My name is Gabriel Medina, born and raised in San Francisco, lifelong resident, District 11. Thank you, Supervisor Preston, for introducing this resolution, calling for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza, for peace, for the salvation of a two-state solution. SF is the birthplace of the United Nations, a symbol of peace. 100+ United Nations workers were killed in Gaza, a horrific record. To start the peace they died for, we need a ceasefire. Peace is not won with bombs. Peace is won with diplomacy. Diplomacy cannot start without a ceasefire. For the safety of 137 hostages in Gaza, 6,000 political prisoners in Israel, all Israelis, all Palestinians, Americans, San Franciscans, we are all not safe without a ceasefire and end to the apartheid. To say this resolution does not help is like telling everyone who protests for justice to stay home, no matter the cause. Well, they matter, we matter, you are our elected voice, you matter. Please, we're calling for a ceasefire now.
Thank you, Gabriel, for your comments. Welcome.
Hello, my name is Issa, and I would like to have everyone's attention, please. I am here because I am calling for everyone in this room to vote on Tuesday for a permanent and critical ceasefire for the Gaza Strip and Palestine as a whole. Israel's butchering of Palestinians, their illegal occupation of Palestine, the Syrian Golan Heights, and the regular bombings of neighboring countries and continued assassinations and sabotage operations would not be possible without the unconditional support and solidarity of both ruling American parties in office. Hamas and Palestinian fighters do not threaten American Jews in any concrete way. Zionist pressure groups like the ADL always are working to evoke the specter of anti-Semitism when there are uprisings against colonialism. Zionism is colonialism, it is racial supremacism, it is religious segregation, it is genocide, and it is all rolled into one. Any human rights activist, whether you call yourself a leftist, whether you call yourself a right-winger, or any anti-imperialist worth his salt, has a moral duty to oppose this genocide. And if you do not stand against this genocide, you stand against humanity. Free Palestine. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your comments. Next speaker, please.
My name is Jamie Brooke, and I am an artist and arts administrator living in District 5. Thank you, Supervisor Dean Preston, for proposing this ceasefire resolution and standing up against the dangerous rhetoric that war criminals, our U.S. politicians all over the country have subscribed to. The people of San Francisco see you and thank you. I come from Irish, German, and British family lineage and grew up as a settler descendant in Philadelphia. I am not personally connected to Palestine or the global indigenous struggle, but I am a firm supporter for Palestinian
Palestinian liberation, the right to return to their ancestral homelands, and freedom and liberation of all peoples and environments that exist on this planet. I stand in solidarity with Palestine and will keep fighting alongside Palestinian, Arab, Muslim, and Jewish communities, leading the fight for justice and end to this horrific genocide and occupation. This is a war on children, babies, women, queer, disabled folks, and elders. They are still brave enough to speak out against this relentless assault and terrorism. If you vote no on a ceasefire resolution, their blood is on your hands. Vote yes in favor of a permanent ceasefire resolution tonight, ideally, but next Tuesday, December 12th, 2023.
Thank you for your comments. Next speaker, please.
My name is Alexi, a Bay Area native. We learn about the Holocaust and slavery and wonder how we allow human beings to be treated this way. We need to stop repeating the cycle. This is beyond money or material objects. Please vote yes to a permanent ceasefire today. I'm speaking to you as a human being, not to your title or position of power. I'm speaking from my heart to yours. This is about human lives, children who are suffering beyond our own comprehension. Please vote yes to a permanent ceasefire. Your solidarity with the people of Palestine is solidarity with the people of America and humanity. If you won't allow it to happen to Palestinian children, then I can trust that you won't allow it to happen to American children as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexi, for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Hi, my name is Misha Fayez. Today we've heard hundreds of people voicing against the genocide happening in Palestine. A group of people that are distraught, confused, angered, and saddened, who feel hopeless. You have the chance to speak for us, the people. You see protests, you hear our voices. This affects everyone. This affects our communities and our livelihoods. Don't take our words lightly. Even with the ceasefire today, there's a generation of children who bear the consequences of this genocide, limbless and parentless. They matter today, they matter tomorrow, and they mattered 75 years ago. Ceasefire as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. I invite the next speaker. Come on up.
Hello, my name is Farid. I'm a Bay Area native. I urge you all to call for a ceasefire tonight. I appreciate y'all for bringing this resolution forward, but respectfully, this is a damn shame. This is a shame that we're having a meeting and a vote over whether we should keep bombing children or not. This is ridiculous. This feels like a dystopian nightmare to me. Over 15,000 killed and rising, 70% women and children. How many more must die? How many more must die? The federal government is out of control. It's up to us on a local city level to call for a ceasefire now. Vote yes tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Fadi, for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Hi, my name is Sabor. I'm a constituent of District 5. I work in finance in downtown SF. Firstly, I want to thank Supervisor Preston and Ronan for introducing this resolution, and I'm urging all of the supervisors to support it. I'm here today because it weighs on my conscience every day, as I hope it weighs on yours, that we are witnessing a genocide that we are all complicit in. The people of San Francisco have spoken, and we are outraged. We have come out in the hundreds of thousands in protests. People have waited hours today to come here to have our voices heard. Students have missed school. The city has spoken, and it's time for you to listen. No more bombs dropped on children. No more forced starvation. No more allowing ethnic cleansing to happen on our watch. Please vote for a permanent ceasefire. Thank you.
Thank you, Sabor, for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Hello, my name is Ileana Montano, and I will be short. I'm here to ask you to vote yes tonight for a ceasefire. I don't think it's complicated. My daughter here, she's 7 years old, and she knows that this is wrong. She asks me every day if Israel is still killing children, and I say yes, and I think that we must vote for a ceasefire now, not tomorrow. Free Palestine.
Thank you, Liliana.
What? Yeah.
Welcome.
Hi, my name is Likia Montano, and I'm with my family here. This is personal. You know how personal it is to know that my tax money is killing children? I don't want that. I don't want to feel that guilt, and you don't know how it is that you're not able to sleep because you feel like when you sleep, so many other kids gonna die. This is personal. This is very personal. And guess what? This is the most diversity that I ever seen at City Hall. I come here all the time. I come here more than I can count. And I never seen such a diversity here. We all want this. We all want you to do the right thing and vote to ceasefire now and permanently. So do it. You can do it. If Oakland did it, if other cities have done it, you can do it too.
Thank you for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Good evening. My name is Wisai. I'm a resident of District 3. I'm an artist and the granddaughter of a displaced Nakba survivor. My grandmother was born in Haifa in the early 1930s. Her and her family were forcibly displaced during the Nakba of 1948. And they were forcibly displaced during the Nakba of 1948 and fled to Libya. My grandmother passed away earlier this year without ever being able to return to her home in Haifa. She would have been 92, making her older than the state of Israel. As I stand here tonight, I hear her words echoing in my mind and in my heart. We are a family of lions. Palestinians are lion-hearted and courageous people, but my grandmother is counting on us to stand here today to demand the end of the genocide of her people, for her and for those who will never be able to turn the keys of their homes. Vote yes for this ceasefire. You should.
Thank you for your comments. Welcome to the next speaker. Please come on up to the podium.
My name is Natalia Garcia Pazmanic. I'm a mother of a 2.5-year-old daughter. Every day I'm terrified. Every day I am disturbed, I'm disgusted, I'm sickened. I have seen children with their intestines hanging out, with their parents crying, screaming, begging that their children not get taken away. I ask the Board of Supervisors to consider the implications to all of our children if these mass murders are normalized and continue to be normalized, what the implication will be for all of our kids. Free Palestine.
Thank you, Natalia, for your comments. Next speaker, please.
My name is Sana. I'm a healthcare student.
May I ask that you pull that microphone down? Thank you.
I'm a healthcare student living in District 7. I've called San Francisco my home since 2021. In the past 2 months, I've been appalled by the silence of the leadership of the city, allowing a genocide to happen that is paid by our tax dollars. I'm appalled that other cities have already voted for a ceasefire and have agreed for it, while San Francisco, an iconic and progressive city, has not. I urge leadership to vote in favor for a permanent ceasefire, to hold Israel accountable for the war crimes they've committed in targeting and bombing hospitals, such as the public health institution as El Shifa Hospital, and lastly to protect the people of San Francisco who are openly speaking out about this genocide. These people are being faced with hate crimes, such as being called a terrorist or having their property vandalized. I urge you to support a ceasefire and to protect those who speak about this genocide. Thank you.
Thank you, Sana, for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Hi. It's 2023, and I can't believe I have to remind us that killing people is wrong, particularly babies, but here we are. My name is Heather Brandt. I'm a working student, parent, and mother of 3 Palestinian children. Children exactly like the ones being slaughtered with my U.S. tax dollars. Tax dollars that can and should be used here to help support education, healthcare needs, and our unhoused. I am also the student trustee on behalf of City College of San Francisco, where students week after week have been mobilizing and organizing walkouts and letter writing campaigns along with those at SFSU and SFUSD. I was born and raised here in San Francisco, and I'm a registered voter in District 11. I am here to say, do not delay signing the permanent ceasefire resolution now. Good on Oakland and Richmond reps who get it and are clearly more progressive than we are. We will not forget how and when you all vote, and when it comes to the next election and all of those after that. We are looking for you to lead and be in alignment with SF residents you took oath of office and swore to represent. In the words of Naomi Klein, a Jewish Canadian activist and author, side with the child.
Thank you for your comments. Welcome to the next speaker.
I live in District 8. I knew very few people when I moved to San Francisco. One rainy morning, I stopped at a coffee shop and the owner, a Palestinian immigrant, noticed I didn't have an umbrella. He said, "You live in the neighborhood, right?" He handed me an umbrella and said, "Bring this back, and if you don't, that's okay too." He had no idea how much it meant to know a neighbor was looking out for me that day. Because of community members like him, San Francisco now feels like my home. I was at the cafe again recently and asked the owner how he was doing. We both cried as he explained that he just doesn't understand how some people can view the value of life so differently. For every journalist killed or hospital bombed, for every child left limbless or orphaned, American politicians at every level have looked at their constituents and said, those deaths are regrettable, but inevitable. I've never felt more despair and cynicism about the value of American democracy than in the last 2 months. What gives me hope is my neighbors, who've shown up at protests again and again, begging for people in power like you to do what you can to end this violence. Please listen to us. It's not too late.
Thank you for your comments. The next speaker, please.
Good evening. My name is Iman. I reside in District 1 and I'm a pediatric ICU nurse here in San Francisco. I'm a first-generation daughter of Syrian immigrants, and my grandmother protested the Nakba in 1948. Over the past 2 months, we've witnessed another Nakba occurring, consisting of genocide, apartheid, and ethnic cleansing of Palestinians that is directly funded by our government. I am disgusted to know that I clock in every single day to save lives here, and my colleagues abroad are working with no anesthesia, antibiotics, painkillers, and bombing 126 hospitals is not a form of justice. I urge you to vote tonight. Knowing the difficulty of my job, I am ashamed that we fund an environment where healthcare workers have to fear for their lives at work and witness the indiscriminate bombing of civilians. Every day we wait is hundreds of lives lost. Your constituents want a ceasefire. If we do not pass this resolution, we are responsible for a stain on San Francisco history that future generations will hold us accountable for. Thank you.
Thank you, Iman, for your comments. Next speaker, please.
My name is Jennifer, born and raised in Tenderloin, District 6. I'm a nurse in the city, and I demand a stop to the ethnic cleansing and genocide against the people of Palestine, and demand immediate ceasefire and an end to the occupation of Palestine. I am deeply troubled by the killing of 264 of my fellow healthcare colleagues, the destruction of 126 healthcare facilities, as well as entire bloodlines of Palestinian peoples. As a healthcare worker, I cannot look away from human suffering and must turn toward it, especially in defense of most systematically oppressed and vulnerable. I'm urging you all to do the same. It's my duty as a nurse to help hold our health systems accountable to the values of basic human rights. It's not complicated. Please pass the ceasefire resolution. Free Palestine, free the land.
Thank you, Jennifer, for your comments. Welcome.
My name is Lauren Renaud. I live, work, and vote in Supervisor Modelman's district. Please vote for the ceasefire resolution as soon as possible. If you wait, what even will be left? There are things we learn about in history and wonder how could they have been so wrong for so long? How did European colonizers believe they had the right from God to just take land from people, murder them, force them on long, difficult, and deadly walks to smaller and smaller areas of land? Am I talking about the US and Manifest Destiny and the land we're on, or am I talking about Israel? I studied South African political history in Cape Town. International pressure, like this resolution, absolutely has an impact on ending apartheid, and Israel absolutely is an apartheid state. Palestinians do not have civil rights, have freedom of movement, or legal protection from Israeli settlers who steal from, attack, and kill Palestinians and know they will get away with it. The similarities to South African apartheid are undeniable. You have a position of power and the world is watching. The tide is turning. Don't let Oakland outshine us. Unanimous vote for ceasefire now. Gaza cannot wait.
Thank you, Lauren, for your comments. Welcome, Otto.
Habibis, when about 10 years ago, an Israeli death squad commandeered a Turkish ship in international water and killed some of its crew, which is an act of war against NATO. Supervisor Avalos at the time, he authored a resolution to condemn Israel for this, which is pretty straightforward. It was on the imperative agenda, and only one person opposed it. It was Bevan Dufty, and as far as I know, Bevan Dufty did not go on to higher office. There's a statue out there of Harvey Milk. It says, "You got to give him hope. Give these people hope."
Thank you, Otto, for your your comments. Excuse me. Welcome.
Good evening, board members. My name is Fadel Radman. I have been in San Francisco since 1982. I've been doing business in District 6 for the past 20 years. I am stunned to see San Francisco government dragging its feet to adopt a resolution denouncing the genocide taking place in Palestine. I, like many San Franciscans and like many human beings around the world, denounce the massacre and genocide that has been taking place against our Palestinian people for the past 75 years and currently ongoing now at very deadly rate and degree, using our tax money, which we are in desperate need for it. I call upon you to show your humanity, to show your standards of morality, and to take a vote on this and vote yes immediately. We cannot wait. People are dying. Please vote yes on this immediately and put us San Franciscan on the side of on the right side of history. Thank you.
Thank you, Odell Bradman, for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Hi, my name is Mohammad Yasser, a proud San Franciscan, which supports communities and stands for what is right. I'm here for humanity, peace, and common sense, and urge you all to stand for what is right. Please play your role to save lives and stand united against hate spreading out on our streets, and support Supervisor Preston and Supervisor Aurora's resolution. I'm also a proud member of Local 21, and my union is also calling for a ceasefire like other several unions. Vote yes on Tuesday. Please stand on the right side of the history. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Hi, my name is Alicia Lopez. I'm an educator in this city, and I stand here for my kids, for myself, and for the Palestinian people. I grew up in the Mission, and my family has lived here since 1972. You may say I'm an SF native, but I am a settler. Hundreds of years ago, the Spanish killed, executed, and murdered the Ohlone people, and the monuments to colonization. Hey, look up, look at me, listen to me. The monuments to colonization still stand, also known as Mission Dolores. I felt called to speak because I want to say, not again. I will not sit idly by as another people, the Palestinian people, are killed for whatever resources sit beneath their beloved homeland. Please vote yes for a ceasefire, but remember that we will not stop until the land is free and the Palestinian people have autonomy and sovereignty. Thank you.
Thank you, Alicia, for your comments. Next speaker, please.
What's up, y'all? Hey, ceasefire imply that genocide is gonna continue, so at the very least, go ahead and pass this resolution so y'all can feel good. Listen to the people, pass the resolution. Long live the resistance, end the occupation, stop the genocide, free Palestine. One love to all people struggling all over the world. May Palestinian people be able to plant olive seeds on their land and harvest that. And I'm gonna leave y'all on a quote by George Jackson. Let me get this real quick. We are on the inside. We are the only ones who can get at the monster's heart. without subjecting the world to nuclear fire. We have a momentous historical role to act out if we will. The whole world for all time in the future will love us and remember us as the righteous people who made it possible for the world to live on.
Thank you for your comments. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Steve Rhodes. I'm Jewish. I've lived here since 1992. I live in District 9. I was actually watching the comments at home, hadn't intended to come down and speak, but then I saw that some view this isn't in your lane and that there should be other priorities you're focusing on. A year ago, there was a unanimous vote in support of a resolution in solidarity with Iran. That apparently was in your lane, and it was the right thing to do. I hope you'll do the right thing on Tuesday and support a ceasefire. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve, for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Hi, my name is Natalie. I'm a queer Palestinian and San Franciscan from D10. I'm calling to urge you to support a ceasefire today, or at the very least on Tuesday. I'm begging you to not get distracted. Please stay focused and please understand the absolute urgency of this moment. Every day that we let pass is one on which we could have saved the lives of hundreds of children. Please save yourselves from your own nightmares. Save yourselves from the cries of children on the road, crying for their parents, echoing in your ears. Save yourself from their blood on your hands. Don't get distracted. Your constituents want an end to this genocide. None of us in SF are safe unless there's a ceasefire, and that's the bare minimum. We want a ceasefire now, boycott and divest from Israel immediately later.
Thank you, Natalie, for your comments. Welcome.
Hey, hey, I'm Mike. I'm a school teacher and a multimedia artist, born and raised in San Francisco. Y'all got kids, man? Y'all care about kids? Like, what are we really even talking about here, bro? Like, there's kids dying, thousands of kids every day. We're all watching this shit on social media all the time, bro. Like, I didn't prepare a speech because I'm just talking from the heart. If you can watch kids die and have to think about it, have to think about, oh, I'm gonna keep my job, or oh, so-and-so gonna think differently about me, why are you in these seats?
Thank you for your comments. Next speaker, please. If you want to show your support, please go like that. Please.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rama Ali Gosted, and I'm a resident of D11. I am a professor and a longtime community organizer, and I know some of you from that capacity. But I'm also a Palestinian mother who's raising 2 Palestinian children in the city we call home. But today I am here to leave a legacy for my children. And I ask those who love humanity and justice, what legacy do you want to leave behind? Today, thousands of San Francisco residents from every background showed up. Thousands of people spoke up. We've had families from Gaza who lost family members here once again giving faith in a democratic process that failed them. We are asking you all to make this vote, take this vote next week, vote yes. Anything other than voting yes is divisive, and anything delaying the vote will be divisive. We thank you all for your time. Let this process work. You all share democracy and action. Make sure you vote yes next week on Tuesday.
Thank you, Hama. Before the next speaker if there are other members of the public who'd like to address the board during general public comment, please line up on your right-hand side, otherwise we'll take this group to the end. Welcome, please.
Hi, my name is Valerie. I live in District 3, and I urge you all to support the ceasefire resolution. Our communities are more divided than ever due to this conflict, and nothing will be resolved until there's complete peace in Israel and Palestine. Just 2 weeks ago, in our very city, a student at Francisco Middle School was reported to be attacked by 2 fellow classmates while being called a fucking Muslim. According to a Reuters and Ipsos poll just a few weeks ago, 75% of Democrats support ceasefire, and 85% of San Francisco are Democrat voters. As all of you are part of the Democratic Party, the city will remember who votes to pass and who votes to reject the ceasefire resolution when elections for new supervisors come around. So please carefully consider how you want to act in front of all of your constituents. A call for peace cannot wait until January. We need to vote for a ceasefire Tuesday. Thank you.
Thank you, Valerie, for your comments. Welcome. This looks like he'll be the last speaker. Welcome.
Good evening, supervisors. My name is Eve Chu.
Apologies.
Oh, sorry about that.
Please begin.
Good evening. My name is Eve Chu, resident of D6. Here tonight to urge you to please vote in favor of a permanent ceasefire. I strongly believe this is an issue that has divided our city, divided our community, and is alarming to me that people have not seen, have not responded to it, and have turned a blind eye to the atrocities happening in Gaza. I urge you to please vote in favor of this resolution because we are watching and we will be voting on your record this upcoming year. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your comments.
I get the overhead.
Yes. SFGO TV? Yes.
Well, I don't know if there's a picture of, I'll speak now. There's a picture of Jesus and Joseph and Mary. And this is what we should be celebrating, life. And, you know, Jesus told me
that is upside down. You want to turn it around?
Oh.
There you go. Thank you.
Jesus was speaking to me about life. You know, it's a hard thing to be here as the second crucifixion. And it's a great thing to be crucified. It's a great thing, for I am that I am. And you should recognize life. Being crucified in a jail, nude like Jesus, was something that Jesus could only make right and make good. And I thank Dean Preston for doing this. And I hope that we have a time to talk more than 1 minute. We used to have a live call-in show, and I used to call in all the time, predict things. Like 11/11, my birthday and my mother's birthday, and I predict that there's going to be a tsunami on that day.
Thank you for
So
your
listen
comments.
to me when I speak.
Thank you for your comments. Are there any other members of the public who would like to address the board during general public comment? Please stand up on the right-hand side of the room, please. Oh, ma'am, if you're ready, please come on up. If you're ready.
It shouldn't take leaving office to vote yes on this. If you vote no, you will leave office. We will vote you out. That's all I have to say. Free Palestine.
Thank you for your comments. Next speaker. Please approach the podium.
Hi, my name is Mia. I'm a resident of Mission, San Francisco for 4 years. But I come from New York, and I want to say that I live in a neighborhood that is Palestinian. My dispensary is owned by Palestinians. My corner store is owned by Palestinians. The bodegas, a lot of them are Arab-owned. And when you make this vote, it's not just a political community, it's also an ethnic community that has found refuge in San Francisco. Many of whom have been here since the 1960s, because this is not a movement that started yesterday. And I want you to know also that this is about human dignity. And so this is also a vote on your conscience. Whether or not you can vote for a ceasefire is about whether or not you believe that the nearly 10,000 children who died in the past 6 weeks deserve that, right? And whether or not we are going to let political conflict triumph over human life. And so I would strongly urge you to vote for a ceasefire. Thank you.
Thank you, Gia, for your comments. Sir, come on up to the podium. It looks like it's down to you.
Good evening, how y'all doing? My name is Jackson. I'm from District 5 from Fillmore. And we, as a city, as my home, it's been my home, I'm born and raised here, represent liberation and hope, and have been and will be a safe haven for people. So all I'm asking y'all is that you vote on the right side of history. We're talking about women, we're talking about children, we're talking about human lives. And it's as simple as that. So I'm asking that y'all just look inside your hearts. Y'all have seen people from all walks of life, from your city that you represent, from your district that you represent, speaking from their hearts. So look inside y'all's and do the right thing.
Thank you, Jackson. Mr. President.
Public comment is closed, and Madam Clerk, why don't you read the in memoriam?
Yes, today's meeting will be adjourned in memory of the following beloved individuals. On behalf of Supervisor Bolton for the late Marvin Robinson, on behalf of Supervisor Melgar and Supervisor Engardio for the late Leo LaRocca, on behalf of Supervisor Peskin and Supervisor Preston for the late Connie Moy, and on behalf of Supervisor Safai and Supervisor Preston, and a motion made by the President of the Board on behalf of Agonafer Shifaru.
The Board of Supervisors is adjourned.
So, can you tell us what it was like for you during your first encounter with the San Francisco Fire Department?
Yeah, it was super cool. I got to learn about the dry standing pipe. Correction, it's actually called dry stand pipe, or just stand pipe. Tomato, tomato, you know. Yeah.
So, what's coming up next for What's That For?
Ooh. Firefighter Baxter invited me to a fire station to see some of the cool stuff firefighters use to put out fires. You should have seen it. These big red doors open like a spaceship from I don't know where. If I close my eyes right now, it's like I'm there right now. Wow! Whoa! Watch out, man! Sick! What's that for?
What are these? These are both fire engines, but they might look alike. I mean, they're both red, they have white tops, they have red lights on top, but actually this is a new 2021 fire engine, and this is an older 2014 fire engine. if you can't tell, this one is actually shorter and narrower than our older fire engines. They also have cool things like these recessed lights, roll-up doors, 360-degree cameras, and more. That's important because as the city is moving towards more slower and safer streets, adding parklets, adding fold-outs, and bike lanes to San Francisco, we need to decrease our footprint to keep us and the community safer on emergency scenes.
What's back there?
What's in the fire engines? That is a great question.
I want to see.
Sure. Let's go back and look at some of the equipment at the fire pump on the fire engines. This is a fire pump. It is pretty cool, all the colors and all that. This fire pump with this fire engine actually holds 500 gallons of water. That's a lot of water, isn't it? But it can push out 1,500 gallons a minute of water. So we can lose our 500 gallons pretty quickly, which is why we use hoses like this to connect to a fire hydrant. And that fire hydrant gives us an unlimited amount of water to help put a fire out. It's important that we have enough fire engines in San Francisco to put fires out so that we can reduce injuries, minimize loss of life, and minimize property damage.
Mr. Will. Mr. Will. Will!
Oh! Stay dreamy. Thanks everybody for watching. Bye!
Welcome to another episode of Stay Safe. On today's episode, we're going to show you how to retrofit a single-family home. A seismic retrofit is one of the best things you can do to protect your investment. Let's go inside and take a look. Hi, I'm Patrick Odolini, Chief Resilience Officer and Director of Earthquake Safety for the City and County of San Francisco. Welcome to another episode of Stay Safe. I'm here today at the epicenter in our model house with structural engineer Thor Madison. And today we're going to talk about plywood shear walls. How you doing today, Thor?
Great, how are you, Patrick?
Great, thanks. So what are we looking at here? Where are we?
Well, we're under a typical house, and if you'll notice, we've got bare studs here, and these are prone to failure in an earthquake. We need to stabilize these triple studs so that they don't lean over during an earthquake, and plywood is very effective at doing that. As long as you do one thing, which is nail along every edge of the plywood to the framing. So we're going to nail along the sides, along the top, and we want to nail along the bottom. So immediately we see a problem here in the typical San Francisco construction because there's nothing to nail the bottom edge of the plywood to. So what we've got is a wood block that we're going to put in between the studs, and we'll secure this to the mud sill with either nails or structural screws, and that will give us something to nail the bottom edge of the plywood to.
So Thor, I also noticed that we haven't bolted our foundation yet, but in a previous episode, which you can also see, Thor goes through several different options where we can actually find different types of products to bolt our foundation. So now that we've got the blocking in, and we're able to attach our plywood shear wall, what else do we need to think about?
The third part of the earthquake retrofit is that we want to attach the existing floor framing of the house above to the top of our braced wall. And there are a couple of different ways to do that. One is just a steel angle, and this goes on top of this wall, and it attaches to the top of the wall with nails driven down into the top plate, and to the framing with nails driven in this direction. Now, driving a nail here is going to be very difficult unless you have a specialized tool for that. So we have a different kind of bracket that makes that an easier connection. And this is good for about 500 pounds of earthquake force going back and forth. This connector mounts to the face of the wall. So this connector is going to secure the top of the wall to the framing of it's nailed into the top plate of the cripple wall, and then nailed in from the sides to this framing member, and that gives us a secure connection to resist lateral forces.
Hey, still filming, huh? Anyway, I was just writing up the text of what we're recording here. H. Brown Bulldog. Skippy, where are you?
So now you can see we
You're
have
in bed.
totally
Let me undo this. So Skippy, want to say good night to you. Oh, here he is.
and also provided these brackets.
Say good night to the
So
people,
in our
Skippy.
next episode, you're going to see us actually install
Yeah,
this
that's
plywood
it.
shear wall.
He could
and then
care
you'll see the
less.
project complete. So
We're
please
gonna
tune in
close.
again.
Gonna close off now.
Stay safe.